Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about 5 common fitness misconceptions. I really wanted to do this video because as an exercise science major, I've learned a lot of things about exercise that a lot of people don't know, and I've heard a lot of things in the fitness community that are just not true, and it's a lot of things that have been around for a really long time, and I think it's finally time to sit down and bust those myths. So I have 5 myths that I'm gonna go over today. I'm gonna start by stating the myth or misconception, and then I'm just gonna give a brief explanation as to why that's not true or it's just overall incorrect. So myth number 1 is that spending hours in the gym will get you more results. So this is just flat out not true. You do not need to go to the gym for 2 to 3 hours a day. That does not mean you're going to see results. Spending too much time in the gym actually results in overtraining, which can end up plateauing or even reversing the results that you've made so far. Basically, the body needs time to recover. When you're exercising, when you're weight training, you are causing tiny micro tears in your muscles. So you are actually causing damage to your muscles, and the process of healing and recovering is what leads to muscle growth and strength growth. So if you're not allowing that time for the muscles to heal, if you're training way too much and you're never taking a break, you could actually do more harm than good. Plus, sometimes less is honestly more. Sort of like HIIT or high intensity interval training, you're spending way less time in the gym doing cardio, but you end up burning more calories throughout the day and using more energy throughout the day. So also keep that in mind as well. You don't always have to go to the gym for 2 hours. You don't always have to run on the treadmill for an hour or even for 30 minutes. Sometimes doing a short little circuit or doing something like HIIT can give you better results. All right, misconception number 2 is all about cutting out bad foods. So a lot of people think that you must cut out all bad foods to see results. I personally don't believe in good foods and bad foods. There are things like fried foods, trans fats, just too much sugar, things like that that aren't good for you, but in moderation, pretty much everything is okay. Consider it a treat. You don't want to eat fried food every day. You don't want to oversalt your food every day. I personally have a problem with that, but that's a different story. You don't want to have added sugars every day. Having a candy bar every once in a while is not going to kill you. It's not going to stop all of your progress. Having a candy bar 3 times a day, every day, will probably cause you to lose some progress. So it's just about moderation. It's all a balance. It's all about giving your body good foods, foods that are fuel instead of foods that are just empty and have no nutritional value. All right, misconception number 3 is about cardio. A lot of people think that you have to do only cardio to lose weight and that there is no other way. And in the past, that was the common belief, and it is really hard to change people's views on that. But strength training is also extremely beneficial for keeping weight off and improving your metabolism. The trick behind losing weight is that you have to be in a caloric deficit, which just means you have to burn more calories than you're taking in. And that can be done not only by cardio, but also strength training, circuit training, anything like that. So it doesn't just have to be running on the treadmill for an hour every day. You could do treadmill for 20 minutes and then do a 30-minute strength training workout. You could just go to a circuit class. You could do all kinds of things. It doesn't just have to be running on a treadmill. That's what a lot of people think, and that's just not the case. Cardio is a great option for beginners, which is where I think this idea ultimately stemmed from. It's great because it doesn't require a lot of knowledge, I guess. You just hop on a treadmill, you press quick start, and you're good to go. You increase your speed and your incline however you want, and that's it. That's really it. It's not really that difficult. Whereas strength training or weight training does require knowledge of proper form, how to use the dumbbells or the weight machines, how to add plates to them, and things like that, and that can really be intimidating, so a lot of people don't gravitate towards that when they're beginners. But the interesting thing behind weight training is that as you grow your muscles, so as you see your muscles growing and as you're getting stronger, you actually need to supply more energy and oxygen to those muscle fibers because they're bigger. You need more energy, and that is what causes you to burn more calories throughout your day. So weight training, although it may not burn a ton of calories as compared to a 1-hour run, in the long run, you're gonna burn more calories just going about your daily business, which I think is a no-brainer, in my opinion. So, all right, myth number 4 is that you need to add supplements to your life to make gains. This is not true at all. Supplement is exactly what that means. It's a supplement to your normal routine, which means it's absolutely not necessary. You don't need extra protein powder. You don't need pre-workout before you go to the gym. You don't need BCAAs. You don't need all those things. Sure, protein and BCAAs help with muscle recovery and growth. Sure, pre-workout will give you that boost of energy, but it's not necessary. As far as protein goes, look first to add protein with whole foods. So adding it with meat or beans or legumes or something like that that has more natural protein. And then if you're just absolutely not getting enough in your diet, that is when I would suggest to take a protein supplement. It's not necessary to just have like 5 protein shakes a day. That's not doing anything for you. 1 protein shake a day after you go to the gym, great, that's fine. If you want to do that, it'll help aid muscle recovery. But it's not necessary to do it every single day, multiple times a day. It just doesn't work like that. As for pre-workout, I personally have just never really enjoyed it. I've tried it one time, but I think I just don't like feeling over-energized, getting really shaky or just having that tingling feeling if you have a pre-workout with beta-alanine in it. It's just not something I personally have ever enjoyed, so I do not take it. I stick to water. I may have a coffee in the morning on the way to class or on the way to work, and that's about the extent of my caffeine intake. I do not take creatine at all. So, like I said, not necessary. I work out just fine without it. But if you want it to get that pump, to get excited, to get ready for your workout, that's totally fine. The only thing to keep in mind with supplements is that most of them are not regulated by the FDA, so just read the labels. Make sure you're reading the labels, make sure you know what's in that product, do your research, because it's not always safe. It's not always the most effective thing for you. It's not always the best option for you, so just keep that in mind. And the last misconception I'm going to cover today is that you must keep your workout routine the same to see results. And when I say the same, I mean you go to the gym and you do the same thing every time you go to the gym. So you do your same 3 arm exercises, your same 3 lower body exercises, and then you run on the treadmill for 45 minutes. That's not the case. Your body actually likes change. There is something called cross training. So training in multiple different areas, dipping your toe into multiple different things. And one of the best examples of this is Sarah's Day. She's an Australian YouTuber. If you don't follow her, you definitely should. I think she's a great example of just dipping your toe into all kinds of things. She does yoga, Pilates, she does strength training, she does boxing, she does swimming, she does walking, she just does all kinds of things. And I think because of that, 1, she's a lot happier, and 2, she maintains her really great physique, and she just maintains her energy and her happiness, and she's content with her workout routine. She doesn't ever get bored. She doesn't ever hate it. She's always excited to work out that day. When our bodies get used to doing the same thing, we plateau, we reach that steady state, we flatten out, and we stop making progress. So when you're doing the same 5 or 6 exercises every day, your body's gonna get tired of that. Your muscles are gonna get used to that, and you're not gonna make progress. I personally change my workouts almost every time I go to the gym. So the leg workout I did yesterday was not the same as the one that I did last week. It wasn't anything the same. Last week I did regular sumo squats. Yesterday I did box squats. Last week I did deadlifts. Yesterday I did hip thrusts. It's helpful for me, 1, because I don't get bored, and 2, my body doesn't ever get used to that same routine. I have personally found that one, it makes me excited to go to the gym because I'm doing something new. I'm not like, oh gosh, I have to go do these same 3 exercises at 50 pounds and I'm gonna be there for 32 minutes and I know exactly what's gonna happen. That's not the case. I always go in, I'm excited to add more weight or reduce my weight, change my sets, change my reps, change my exercises, and I always leave the gym sweating and I always leave the gym feeling accomplished. So, moral of the story, change your workouts up. Don't do the same thing. Keep your body guessing, keep your mind guessing, and you'll be happier and healthier for it in the long run. Alright guys, that concludes the myths that I'm going to cover today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you're a beginner, you found it really helpful and it shed some light on some common fitness myths that you may have heard of. If you haven't already, please like this video if you enjoyed watching it. Also stick around by subscribing if you haven't so that you see what videos I have coming next. I try to upload every Monday, once a week. Monday, maybe Tuesday, just kind of depends on how my week is going. Also, if you have not yet, please check out my website and my Instagram. I always leave it linked in the description box below for you. You can check out my workout guides, you can look into online coaching, and you can just scroll through my Instagram feed to see what I'm posting. I always post workouts, food tips, and fitness tips. Alright, I'm going to end the video here, but thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.